Hello everyone and welcome to World of Darkness news after a little bit of a break because of sickness or torpor. I mean, you know what it is. You know what it is. But we are back from Stockholm, Sweden to give you some more updates about a lot of things. And with the spring slowly coming here to Stockholm, people going outside and, seeing the sun, if of course they will not die from the sun. One thing is on everyone's lips, and that is events, places to go and people to meet. And of course, that means for us live action role playing events, and we're going to talk to you a little bit more about these today. Starting from Darkness Emergent Chicago from By Night Studios with special guests Jason, Carl, and B. Dave Walters, both of whom you may know from, of course, LA by Night. Jason Carl also New York by Night and Seattle by Night, the legend storyteller. B. Dave Walters, Victor Temple. They will be there for you in Chicago this year for Darkness Emergent event. This is a LARP event connected with a lot of other Vampire the Masquerade activities, panels, getaways. If you want to check it out in Chicago with the full schedule full of amazing things, just go to darknessemergent.com and browse through the wonderful page full of surprises. This is going to happen from June 6 to 9, a pretty long event starting from Thursday to Sunday, I do believe. And that's not only it, you can also to celebrate it a little bit more, to get a little bit more into the mood of Chicago. You can get Chicago by Night if you are in US right now. By Night Studios is sending it with a discount and sending it for free with no delivery fee included. So for those of you from the US, if you want to grab your own copy of Chicago by Night in the printed format, you can grab it without any delivery fee from By Night Studios. And also one more thing I just noticed, which is actually super cool, not connected to this event in particular, but maybe if you want to steer some situation there coming among the vampires dressed in something special, By Night Studios has also added a whole catalog of Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition merchandise products. So if you want to get that tribe outfits or auspice outfits, they do have a lot of really cool stuff in there, and I'm currently picking what I want and what I should order myself. So I'm definitely trying to get some of that Bon Noir stuff. So yeah, Darkness Emergent Chicago is coming. We will be talking more about this event in the coming weeks. We'll let you know when, but if you want to discover some more about what is being prepared for this special occasion, then do stay tuned to World Darkness News, as we will be covering it in more detail. And speaking of live action role-playing, the night in question 2024 was announced after a year of a break that Jackalope Live Action Studios have taken last year. This event is coming back to Bastrop, Texas, next to Austin, so that's pretty close from Austin if you have a way to fly there. And this event is special in the way that it is not your regular Vampire the Masquerade politicking LARP in which you are going to be dressed in a nice gown and try to rise to power. Not really. Majority of the people who attend the night in question are just mere humans who are not aware of the existence of vampires. I mean, you as a player, you of course are aware of the existence of vampires, but you as a character, you are going to experience being completely obliterated by a Sabbat group who is going to take over the rave event in the middle of nowhere, Texas, and bury you alive, embrace you, and then you will dig yourself out of your own grave in order to join the pack. It's a great experience. I've been there. So if you want to know a little bit more about this, it might sound pretty hardcore if I talk to you about it like this. Do watch my little vlog mini documentary I've made. It's available on the World of Darkness channel. So if you go to YouTube, you can search for I Was Buried Alive by Vampires, and you will see my vlog. It's basically my experience from the night in question, which was the very first LARP I've ever attended in my entire life and unlife. I've never been to any LARP before. I was very, very scared of what's going to happen because not only am I, just flying from the other side of the world to nowhere, Texas. Also, I am kind of scared of the Sabbat. I never played Sabbat in my life. And it was such a good experience. I had so much fun. So if you want to experience the same thing that I did and have this very splatterpunk horror Texas Chainsaw Massacre experience, but it's Vampire the Masquerade, and that's the event for you. So yeah, Darkness Emergent, definitely a more higher class. You can dress up in your best outfits and do a lot of politicking as a vampire, while the night in question, dirt, mud, blood. I feel like these are two very good complementary experiences, and it would be fun to go on both and compare. But yeah, this one also has tickets out for sale, and this first special guest was announced. Lara Tutu, who by the way is here in the chat, I see you, Lara, was announced to join. Amazing role player. I absolutely recommend to check out amazing stuff that they're doing with Queen's Court Games, and yeah, just check it out. So yeah, Night in Question happening this year in September in Bastrop, Texas. You can go there and you can experience being buried alive by vampires. I recommend it. It was really fun when it happened to me. Let's go. And for the next news, I am very happy to announce that Vampire the Masquerade Chapters Definitive Edition from Flyos Games is right now on, I believe, almost 300% funding, which is really, really awesome. Let me just get a sip of water, because I want to yell about this one. This is amazing. Vampire the Masquerade Chapters, if you haven't never seen this, all you can do is go on YouTube and check out unboxings or reviews of people who have already played it and checked it out. Not only is it aesthetically beautiful, filled with gorgeous illustrations from amazing artists that portray all of the clans in a super, super awesome way, but also it's basically a storyteller in a box. You can play it alone, or you can play it in a group of 4 players, up to 4 players, and the box is your GM, is your storyteller, is your dungeon master, you know, however you want to call it. Even coming from to Vampire the Masquerade from other TTRPGs and never playing it before, it's a really cool first-hand experience with a lot of different things you can explore within. There's tons of encounter cards, dialogues, things that you can read. The content of this box is huge. When I got my copy of regular edition of Chapters, I believe it was around 30 kilos. It was like this big box, and I couldn't like take it back to my chair, to my car from the postal office. I had to ask for help. So it's enormous, it's big, and now it's even bigger and better with the definitive edition, which you can either back as someone who already owns Chapters and you can just upgrade it to this edition, or you can just get it anew. And a lot of people I see are doing this right now and just like getting their brand new fresh first copy. And it also adds a lot of things. Like majorly it adds another expansion to the whole game, and also the digital layer. There will be an app which you will be able to use in order to very easily sort through things that you have in the game and use it like alongside playing the physical game. I do recommend to check out the Kickstarter page to see the huge, vast amount of things which are in this game. Of course, you can play as any of the clan of the 5th edition that you want. And it's just so many locations, so many stories, so many scenarios to explore. Just check out the Kickstarter page and back it. There are still 15 days to back. And it was backed in 3 hours fully. So I believe that they are right now still unlocking some of the stretch goals. So yeah, I recommend to check it out, and I hope you will be enjoying it. And Chapters, the basic edition, is already out. So you should have gotten it already if you have ordered it. If not, please let us know. We will contact Flyos. We got our copies and we are super happy with them. They're really, really awesome. So yeah, not only this is awesome, but of course also Werewolf the Apocalypse Retaliation, which is the Chapters werewolf version that Flyos is preparing for you. We will be definitely doing some unboxings of that and showing you more of it in the future. But for Chapters itself, well, of course there's a lot of people who have already made unboxing videos of what is in the Chapters, but would you ever be interested in seeing us doing the World of Darkness unboxing of it? Let us know. We do have our copies and we would would love to show you more. Speaking of big things that come in big boxes and contain a lot of wonderful things, I also want to say that we've also received our Book of Not Deluxe edition quite recently, and I see on Reddit, I was reading some Reddit and Discord that people have been receiving them too, and that is amazing and so huge, even bigger than chapters. I wouldn't believe that there's anything that can be bigger than chapters, but Book of Not Deluxe is huge and full of really amazing high quality props. I recommend to check out the video on Renegade YouTube channel from unboxing of that beautiful thing, because you will be able to see everything in the detail then. But in the meantime, let's jump to the next news. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is right now in the process of releasing the dev diaries and deep dives into the clans, starting with Clan Brujah, so we can expect the next clans to come right after. We had the first dev diary last week, the next one is coming next week, and both of these are fully about Brujah, to ingrain the Brujah more in the game and give you more information about how Brujah plays, how to roleplay Brujah, how you will be able to roleplay Brujah, what are the other Brujah characters and where to find them, how are Brujah in Seattle doing, what is the primogen of, who is the primogen of Clan Brujah in Seattle. So very much in-depth lore knowledge about the setting of a clan in the location, in the city of Seattle. We were able to learn something about the primogen of Clan Brujah in Seattle, Silky, and we will know more about Silky soon as well. Of course, the fashion, already some of the outfits were presented in the form of concept art, and with more coming next week, including the abilities and more deep dives. This is something for you if you really want to know more about the role-playing aspect of each of the clans. I recommend to read these dev diaries. One thing that we haven't seen yet from the Chinese room Bloodlines 2 is the general look of the city. Of course, we've seen some of the city glimpses in the announcement trailer, and we've seen the gameplay video, which was extended, but it was, taking place in the interior location of the Willem's Quest. But we haven't yet really felt Seattle and felt the city. So that is something that a lot of people are waiting for and looking forward to. And I think these dev diaries sate some of that curiosity by giving us a glimpse of locations, for example, in which we will be able to meet other Brujah. Like in this dev diary, there are mentions of places where Brujah reside in Seattle. So yeah, I recommend to check them out for deeper dives and for more sneak peeks of things to come and to be shown in the gameplay pretty soon, hopefully. So yeah, I hope to give you more sneak peeks of these in the coming weeks, with the Brujah dev diary number 2 coming next week, and then other clans to follow. So yeah, go to bloodlines2.com to learn more, and I also do recommend to follow the Chinese room on all social media, mainly because they are publishing some first-hand developer commentaries, some TikToks, some things like straight from the studio, straight from the developers, that will give you more glimpse at what they're working on, and I'm very excited about this one. So let's go to the next one. And that is, of course, something big happening tomorrow, Renegadecon, virtual 10th anniversary of the Renegadecons. And this one is going to have a special World of Darkness, sorry, reveal panel happening at 5 p.m. PST Pacific time on Renegadecon YouTube, or Renegade Game Publishing YouTube. So I do recommend to check out this panel to know more about our releases and more books which are coming, but not only books, because of course Vampire the Masquerade Rivals is also expanding and will also have some cool announcements to be shared tomorrow. So yeah, join for news from Hunter Reckoning, Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse, Vampire the Masquerade Rivals tomorrow at 5 p.m. PST on Renegade YouTube channel. We will cover this news next week on the news show as usual, and I will be giving you a general summary of what happened then. And in the meantime, I will be calling Hadi and seeing whether the community is up to no good this week, which of course they are, as usual. Let's see if Hadi is waiting for me in the meeting. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hi.
Am I visible?
You are visible. You are audible. You are there.
I'm
And
everything. I am the moment.
you're you're how was that? Wait. I am but biblically accurate angel. I am wanted in 7 countries.
Yeah, that's right. Keep going.
Yeah, I don't know this meme, but
I
there
know.
was
I don't know it either.
you
Not by
know
heart.
which meme. People know
I
which
know
meme.
which mean.
They won't judge me for not knowing the meme.
Yeah.
So my question was: is community up to no good this week? I need to know.
Always. Always.
Always. All
No
right.
rest for the wicked around here.
Ain't no rest for the wicked. Speaking of the wicked, I do see someone here who is responsible for burying people alive in Bastrop,
Yes.
Texas, which is Matt Stormcrow from TikTok.
I have a lot I can pull from Matt, but I picked this one.
Okay, let's check it out.
What the fuck is that?
It's a baby.
I know it's a fucking baby. What's it doing here? What the fuck is that?
It's a baby.
I know it's a fucking baby. What's it doing here?
I agree.
Yes. We love that. That's one of my favorite tropes, honestly. I think that's really fun in a game.
There are some tropes in Vampire the Masquerade that are so common that we shouldn't like them. We should be like, no, but we still like them. Like
No, I agree. But there are some tropes that are so common that they loop back around to being fun.
Yes, I had this discussion at work because one discussion we had was about, because we work with a lot of like people who are submitting video games, books, ideas, and like basically a lot of things that are just, coming to us as stories. And the general issue, or for me it's not an issue, but like something that was maybe perceived as an issue, is that majority of the Vampire the Masquerade stories are like, Prince calls you to tell you, or the prince told you to. But for me, it's like, he's the ultimate quest giver. Okay? It's fine.
Yeah, he's got a big not question mark, exclamation mark over his head.
Yeah,
all
it's
the
like, and it's a perfect quest giver because it's a quest giver that opens up a branch from the very beginning. You can say, I'm going to do it in the way you don't like it.
What's really fun, I know the conversation because we also had that conversation probably after you had the conversation at work.
Yeah.
And what's really funny is that I can't relate to that necessarily because I've never done that in any of my games. And anyone who's played with me knows I go a little bit, I don't know, not off script, not off the rails, but I try and be unique. And I know that's like me tooting my own horn or whatever, but I try. I really do try and have unique things.
Yeah, you are, but I just don't think that, of course, being unique is great and trying to go against the stereotype of this is how, majority of Vampire the Masquerade stories are like, is great. But I also think like it's not necessarily bad to lean into it. Like,
that's
great. Yeah.
It's because I'm weird. It's because I'm weird and I'm always thinking in weird ways, weird directions. So that's probably what it is, more so than anything else.
Yeah, but I just feel like some tropes are really fun, and I do like clans being tropey sometimes as well. It just
I do too.
Yeah.
I don't have a single Toreador in any game I've ever run who doesn't, isn't a see you next Tuesday. So that's just something I enjoy.
See you next Tuesday? What is this phrase?
Think about it. Think of the first. See you next. CUNT. That's the thing because that word in American English is like very like taboo. You shouldn't say that word. But like here, like in Europe, and especially like in the UK or in Australia, it's like a word people use super regularly.
I work with an Australian. I know. I was told.
I
was told this many times.
Yeah. That's an every other word for them. So
but it took me a bit. I mean, again, I'm not a native English speaker, so it takes me a bit sometimes to understand things. But
I don't know. That's not even being a native English speaker. That's a very American phrase. See you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday. I'm gonna use this from now on.
See you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday.
I'm going to be very annoying using this.
Yeah, sure.
From now on, but okay.
The joke is just she's a real see you next Tuesday. You know what I mean? That's sort of what people say.
Oh goodness! All right, we have Hallowed Haven Studios.
I'm teaching you things.
I learned the best things from you. Best influence.
Yeah, sure.
City of Smoke. Can you tell me more about the City of Smoke?
Yes.
What is it?
So Hallowed Haven Studios, they have a Twitch and a YouTube, and this is their All Thin Blood Chronicle. And now, so we have been submitted a lot of people's chronicles, and I'm going through them.
Okay.
Please be patient with me. I can only watch so many at once. But this is so I decided this one first because this is an all Thin Blood Chronicle, and you know how I feel about Thin Bloods. You know, they're my little
Yes.
boots, right? And I love people who take the plunge. It's challenging. It can be really challenging. I know I'm running one myself. Who say yes, let's do all Thin Bloods, all
Yeah.
Thief in a world with full-blooded kindred who could really mess you up. Let's do it.
That's so cool. I just want to say that we are very biased towards Finbloods. We love Finbloods here. It's a Finbloods fan club here, and
Yeah.
but I also feel like Finbloods are like there are some groups within Vampire the Masquerade which shine the most when they have dedicated campaigns and chronicles, and I feel like Finbloods may be one of them. Like, of course, they still can work very well in a chronicle, like especially with the contrast of a regular kindred in the coterie with a Finblood. But I feel like Finblood's chronicle alone opens up a lot of doors for you. Like, there's a lot of you can use daylight, you can do daylight scenes without splitting the team. You can,
Yes.
yeah, you can do more with alchemy. You can work more with trying to establish Duskborn in the domain because you all care about that, and it's not only one coterie member's goal. So
Yes.
yeah, I love that.
And this is by the way, I meant to mention an audio only.
Audio only.
podcast.
Oh, super, that's really cool. I really like like I like both actual plays with the faces and the podcast. But for podcasts, it's great when we have illustrations like these and we can imagine these characters. It's really and the illustration is really nice.
I believe it must be somebody who is one of the players or somebody who's part of the production at Hallowed Haven Studios, because there was no one listed who did the art.
Oh, I see.
So it must be someone there who did it.
Yeah,
which I know is actually a super common thing for a lot of like I know Queen's Court Studios also has internal artists.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know because I can't draw.
Yeah, but they're
I wouldn't know.
the same style, so it's definitely
Yeah.
someone who did them all, and they look really really cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to check it out. Thank you for the recommendation.
And the others are coming. I just wanna check them out first.
All
Slow,
good.
sorry.
We go to Brad Khalifa right now.
Yes. So one, go check out their Instagram because they have a ton of these really like intense pictures on there that are awesome. But this one I had to pick because one, we've done overtures and requiems. We featured some of that LARP last week too.
Yeah.
But this is the Banu Hakim, former Primogen Seneschal, Camarilla, and it says Bahari and Sabat at the top. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on here with this character, but it's immediately intriguing.
It seems like the person is Banu Hakim, right?
Well, the person is Banu Hakim.
Yeah,
they used to be a Primogen, and it says they might be a Seneschal now. Don't know, but it says that they're also secretly a Bahari, and Camarilla, they're secretly Sabat. Maybe that's what I gleaned from it.
It's I think the small font is the secret, which I love. It's
I know.
Wow. So former Primogen, now Seneschal of Camarilla, but secretly Bahari Sabat.
Yeah, and I'm just like, please make a TikTok video or something.
We want to know.
Lay it all out for me. I gotta know.
We want to know
what's going on here.
And it's from Austin Vampire LARP. They're doing so much awesome stuff in Austin. I just I want to be in Austin.
I still haven't LARPed. I still haven't done it. I could have gone to Heidelberg and just like sort of crashed their LARP. I wouldn't have done that. I'm joking. That's a joke.
LARP. We need your TikTok stories from crashing the LARP.
No.
But no, Austin Vampire LARP scene is great. I recommend to check it out if you do not know how to join, if you are from the area or if you would just want to travel and see what they're doing. You can always write to Matt Stormcrow everywhere, who is from Jackalope live action LARP studios, and they are doing a lot of these events in Austin, and it's always great. And all these people are also, from what I know, really cool peeps that attend things from Jackalope, like Night in Question. So so it's a really cool group. And now from Andy Crimson.
Yes, who you have LARPed with before.
Yes.
This is also from Overtures and Requiems. The Malkavian Primogen Sheridan lives another night, but at what cost? This is one of the most fantastic games I've gotten a chance to play with an incredible cast of characters, and I can't wait for the next one. And I love it. I love the action shots. I mean, obviously, like I said, I've never been to a LARP, and I don't know anything about photography, and I don't take pictures of myself very often because I don't like to. So these action shots are just so good.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, I feel like Shazi and Andy, like it's so amazing to see them in so many different roles that they take for various like live action events and looking completely different in completely different character roles and nailing this every single time. And just the diversity of the characters they play is always just so good. And of course,
can you tell how jelly we are, or like how like we wish we were also there? Can you tell from the tones of our voices?
It's like I am vicariously living through Spotlight right now and just checking what people are up to because I'm just
every week. That's what I'm doing.
I'm at home. Yeah, I don't know many LARPers from this area actually. From Vampire the Masquerade LARPers from Stockholm. So
I think I would be very intimidated to try and get into the German VTM LARP scene because in general German scenes tend to go super hard, and I think I would be very much like mew.
Yeah,
I
think I would be intimidated into joining like an pre-established, especially like a European scene because they are usually go for a long time. They have like established, thing, and also it's a little bit different when because it would be great if I could change a face, do like Mask of Thousand Faces, because if someone knows that you're from War of Darkness, it's like, are you here to tell us how to LARP? No, I'm just here to LARP.
Yeah, more so you than me. I don't think anyone from the German scene would recognize me, but you. Definitely you.
It would be best to be just like completely anonymous and just like be there, just to see.
Always wear a mask.
Always wear a mask.
I'm a harbinger of Asher. I always wear a mask.
Yeah, because just to experience this in a way that is completely not affected by the fact that you have any connection to setting. Like I think it would be really nice to to experience it that way. Anyway, yes, jelly feels, but absolutely beautiful and wonderful.
Jelly in a positive way. Jelly like I want jelly I've seen what you've given other people, and I want that for me too.
Yeah, exactly. I know, but huge kudos to folks posting all these pictures and letting us live vicariously for you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Experience.
Appreciate you.
And then we go to Nick Seris.
Yes, this is just like a little CapCut meme, but I thought it was really appropriate.
Okay.
Do you know something?
Do you know something?
I might know something.
I might know something too.
What's the thing you know?
Oh no, I can't tell you, and you tell me what you know.
Well, I can't tell you what I know.
Well, then I can't tell you what I know.
Okay, fine.
Have you ever had players who did that in
your
Chronicles? Yes, me too.
In every game I've run.
Every single
one.
Yeah. I mean, you know me. I'm a gossip. I love gossiping. I love living vicariously.
Secret Toreador, we know.
Yeah, for other people's more interesting lives. It's just like, for me, I feel like it's the easiest thing to channel in roleplay. Like, I am always nosy. I want to know what's going on. And when I'm, role-playing people, then I'm always like, I want to know what's going on with these factions in the city. I want to know everything. Please tell me. It's the equivalent of, searching through random dramas online and just like, the dramas.
You're the type of player that makes a storyteller very happy because you would be in a club with Kindred, just, shooting the breeze, and I'd just be making notes of all the people who overheard you. Give
me all the tea, and I will tell that tea to everyone because I will find the tea super exciting and I want to share it. That would leave me in trouble, and that led me in trouble many times in roleplay to think of it. All right. Lessons learned. Not really.
Not really. Lessons never learned.
And oh my goodness, I've seen that from Viserys, of course.
Viserys feature them a bunch. They do great stuff, and I thought this isn't it is for Clan Toreador, but it doesn't like scream vampire. But I thought this would be something that you could talk about of the process of a thing like this.
Yeah, it's not one thing that's because a lot of. There's a big conversation in there, like that basically lasts forever since the era when people were doing, cave paintings. And it was a big conversation in Greece and like basically everywhere through human history up until the era of internet. whether using references is something that is good for you. I mean, majority of artists agree that absolutely yes, you should be using other references, do photo studies, do studies from other art even. Of course, what is not good is if you like sell it and if you earn money from doing that. But if you do it to learn and if you do it to improve yourself, it's literally one of the best ways you can do outside of like drawing from an IRL model, which is something that not everyone has access to. And it's just super awesome. And I love doing like photo studies myself. I feel like it really improved my skills. I always like, you know, clap when other people do it too. And it's like not only like the one thing you do is like you learn the colors, you know, and you learn basically you can use a picker even, you know, and just cheat it with the picker, right? And you get the colors directly from the painting. You learn how to operate with them. You suddenly discover the skin is blue sometimes, the skin is pink sometimes, the skin is green sometimes, and it's amazing. Like you learn all these little details, and then you start to apply it on your own, and you do it in your own style, and you can see the flair that they've done in here. Like at first using like the same colors.
Viserys just joined the chat. By the
Oh,
way.
hi! It's amazing.
Outstar's just talking about how amazing you are.
Yes. So not only like putting the on spin, like doing a really amazing brushwork in here. You can see like the fact, you know, like doing hair in just like few brush strokes that are extremely like they just define the whole hairstyle in the exact same way as millions of hair do on the real person's head. And also, like, I really like the last one with the little color change. So it's basically, I think it's a curves tool where you you add a little bit of blue in the highlights. So you basically up the blue because the original painting is like almost only yellows and reds. And you up a little bit of the blue, and it just looks super, super nice and fresh and bright, and I love it.
I wish I could describe to you what I see when you get into talking about art in this way, because you just light up. You really do.
I really love watching other people doing really nice things, you know, like it's also inspiring. It's like, wow, I want to use this skin tone whenever I will paint again. It looks really nice, and
Your enthusiasm is very infectious.
thank you. I really hope I hope I'm not rambling.
No,
but
it's there's a special thing when listening to someone talk about something they're passionate about.
there's something special in watching someone doing some awesome stuff like you, Viserys. So thank you so much for submitting. Also, I want to say, great touch with the ear. The ear is slightly hidden with a hair stroke in here, but the fact that you put it to the front and you did a little the hair thing behind, it just looks so cute.
I love that you would notice that too, because like I could probably stare at that for an hour and not
It's so
be able to pick out all the details that you do.
See, this is the stuff that AI cannot do. I'm sorry. I know that some people are mad at me that I'm like dunking on AI. Don't be mad at me. I feel like it has its applications. It's just that if you try to do something super nice artistically, I really recommend to try to learn how to draw. It's so satisfying. It's so cool. And it takes a while, but you can see like your curve of improving every single day, even if you train just 10 minutes per day. So I think it's really cool.
Motivational speeches by Outstar.
I'm horrible at this.
No.
Horrible at this.
No, I've just totally given up on the idea of even trying to do my own art.
Don't give
I'm
up.
like, I'd rather pay someone much more talented than me to do it.
I mean, yeah, sure. If it doesn't make you happy, then do it.
Not
But
really.
if it makes you happy, then yeah. Anyway, Voivody Mechheads, the YouTube channel. Can you tell me more about this one?
Yes. So the first time I came across the Voivod was I got recommended a video back, I don't even remember how long ago, when for one of the Vamptober things, I did the lore sheet for Temple of Boom.
Yeah.
Ages ago, whatever that was. And I got a recommendation where they reviewed it. And I commented on it saying, hey, that's cool. And so I've been following them for a while, and they sort of started doing lore and stuff, but they've sort of moved away to where they just cover stuff that's going on, like new books coming out, new games coming out, and they just sort of cover that in a really not general way. They go pretty in depth into everything, and it's pretty like not that this is negative or positive. It's not like a super opinionated channel, but they're just sort of laying out everything that you can expect from all the different products coming out of World of Darkness, and they do give their opinion somewhere towards the end.
That's super cool, actually, because it gives you a very good glimpse of what you can, like, for example, I assume that cover to cover videos, I haven't seen them yet, but they are basically just giving you a insight of what you can find in each of the chapters of the book, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of an overview of what. Yeah, so basically, what I would recommend if you were like wondering, like, should I buy this? Should I not buy this? If you head over to Voivode, they'll basically lay out for you everything that is going to be contained within said book, and that should give you a pretty good idea of whether or not you want to get it.
We have a comment from chat. A cool channel. They review disciplines and lore sheets. Very helpful to new players like me. That's so nice. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I got recommended. Was they went over like a point by point of the Temple of Boom lore sheet.
That's so fun. I'll check it out. And also, I do like the overviews of the books. I try to do that on the news, on the news streams, but we don't have as much time for that. But I feel like it's always super useful to have someone to tell you what you can expect from the book before you get it, especially when there's a lot of books and sometimes, budget-wise, you have to just pick which one is going to fit my chronicle better. So, as someone who, I am extremely blessed and privileged to have the full library of World of Darkness books now, but for me, as a player, that would be like so useful to know, or as a storyteller, like, okay, I want to know if this book is going to have something I particularly will use in my chronicle, and then I will get it. So, so yeah, that is super cool. And now we go to Sneaker Nets Bats.
Yes, this is Zach, and Zach sent me this video and said, "Go ahead and throw that up on Vamily Spotlight." And I said, "Okay, Zach."
All right, let's check it out.
A teacher here is supposed to be the most intense and demanding instructor in all of clowning, and shit, it's Roger, isn't it? It's gonna be Roger. All right, jag off. A teacher here is supposed to be the most intense and demanding instructor in all of clowning, and shit, it's Roger, isn't it? It's gonna be Roger. All right, jag off.
I love this.
Teacher here.
Love this.
So Zach, a lot of people might know Zach from ATL by Night, and they do a lot of stuff over at Vancouver by Night. They've also been in some of my games, and they do a lot of really funny stuff on TikTok. I definitely recommend their TikToks.
So cool. Love this. And yeah, it's a thing. And also I love the secret Sabat that is almost always somehow hidden in every chronicle. and they always just enter and it's like, yeah, it's me.
All right, Jagoffs. Yeah.
I am guilty of playing a secret ex-Sabat at least. So yeah.
We love that.
Yeah, I think
I'm a big fan of that background.
Yes. And now we go to more awesome LARPers from TikTok. Let's check out this duets.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know facts about your bones? Okay. You catch up with me whenever you want. I just cover so much about bones. My bones are actually living. And do you know that the reason we produce blood inside of our bones is because it's one of the places that's safest from UV radiation?
I didn't know that.
Just fun facts. Mm-hmm. They're not scary. You want to know facts?
Also, if you can't read because the font is pretty small, on the left is Hecata and on the right is a Duskburn. So it's a Hecata telling the Duskburn about the bones.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a very Hecata conversation to have.
Yes.
I say running currently an all Hecata Chronicle. These types of conversations happen quite often.
I love that. I love the fact that you have a Hecata are always the ones that at least stereotypically enter the very uncomfortable facts into the discussions. And I feel like that's also something very relatable to the Hecata.
Well, yeah, so if I could just deviate 1 second, what makes it really funny is that all of them, are all into ghosts or raising the dead and stuff, except for one who's sort of the money guy and decided they wanted no dots in Oblivion. Oh. So now it's become a thing where he sort of has a phobia with homunculi, awakening the homunculus servant. And one of the players has a hand thing from the Addams family that torments him, and he's legitimately afraid of it, has a phobia.
Wow.
So that's the thing which is another layer of the Hecata, which makes it fun.
Wow, that is great. And I love the idea of playing La Sombra and Hecata characters without Oblivion. I feel like it's that
was a choice.
Yeah, or Curator without presence, or Timothy without vicissitude. I think it's it's interesting. All right, and now something I threw here on the on the board. It's basically something we've discovered through the submissions to Vamily Spotlight, a channel called The Red Question that completely like put me in awe. I'm going to not play the whole video because it's pretty long, but I'm going to put the very beginning for you to get what I mean when I say I had my jaw on the floor. Okay, let's check it out.
Welcome, my kindred of the blood. Tonight, we're gonna go and do a deep dive on one of the kindred world's most well-known figures, Killer B himself, the infamous Theo Bell. Started as a slave on a plantation in the antebellum South, got turned by some badass Brujah elder, killed his human masters, and then promptly spent the next 150 years serving a new one, the Camarilla.
This is like the whole channel is on this production value. Like it's just it's out there. I watched some of these videos and I was like completely enamored with the fact that not only is it of course, you know, a very cool usage of the stock video assets in order to convey the lore in a very like V5 stylized way that is just really cool and very fitting Vampire the Masquerade, but also the persona behind it, you know, with the whole mask and the dialogue. It's super cool. So I can really recommend checking out the Red Question channel on YouTube because it's fresh, it's new, and I've talked a little bit with the author behind this channel as well, and there's a lot of more videos in the works, so you can expect this channel to grow. And jump on it before it gets really popular.
Jump on it. Yeah.
Jump on it. Yeah. What do you feel about? Also, like, there's a lot of like you know, lore based YouTube channels that are emerging recently. That
I'm psyched to see. Okay, so back in the day, right, I used to make lore videos, and it is a lot of work. And eventually I got to a point where I was like, this is stealing my soul. I just couldn't put the effort into it anymore. So I like backed away from it. So when I started seeing like Apollo Speaks and the Red Question and people sort of coming up making lore videos, I was like, go baby, do it.
Go, baby.
Do the thing, because I'm too old, and you know, I couldn't put the effort in anymore, and I wanted to focus my time on telling stories because I think I'm actually kind of okay at it.
You're great at it.
I think I'm kind of okay at it. So yeah, I love seeing it. I want more, and never would I even think to ask for production levels this high, but it fills me with so much hope and joy for the community going into the future.
Yeah, it does, and you know, it makes me happy too. Yeah, I also, you know, kind of started in this fandom with the YouTube videos, and
you really didn't know that?
I'm surprised some people still remember. It's been a long time ago, but it's been, you know, like I simply just don't have time to do that anymore, and it's been like very, very time consuming when it happened, and I was a little bit unhealthy with it. Like I remember I uploaded one video one day after coming back from the hospital with my daughter I gave birth to. So like one day after that, it's just a video up. So it takes so much effort, and that's why I love to see more people emerging and doing like, you know, more content en masse and not just singular people doing this. And it's just good to give the, you know, the baton, pass the baton to
absolutely. And you know, anything that you do and you put in this amount of effort, make sure that you really love what you're doing. Otherwise, as Outstar said, you will burn out of it pretty quickly. You know, what I do on my channel now, I put a lot of effort into it, but I really enjoy every single moment of it. So, and obviously this takes way more effort than I've ever put into anything probably in my whole life. So, you know, really support them, because that helps a lot with the motivation to keep going.
Yeah, and small things like just liking, upvoting the video, or leaving a good comment, like they really mean a lot, especially for smaller influencers. Sometimes it's like also like you see an amazing production value like this, and you're like, oh, they're gonna be fine. But like these videos have so far surprisingly little views, and it's really like, it means a world if like just some people come and like and comment algorithm hits in and starts to feed them to
Yes.
more people. That's like just very important for influencers. Unfortunately, you know, especially for people who try to be full-time doing that, it's just a forever battle with numbers, forever battle with algorithms who are like completely unforgiving. And and also, you know, hate, and sometimes people be nasty in line. Like, no matter what you do, you can do completely amazing, good quality stuff, be always positive, and just be a cool person. But there's always going to be people who are going to be not nice sometimes, and that is also why positivity and just like giving some love to creators means so much. And
costs nothing, helps everyone.
Exactly. So if you liked any of these things, folks, scroll back to the part of the video of what you liked and what you wanted to check out. Go there and just leave a nice comment. That would mean a world to us, and I'm sure to the creators as well, to get some positive words.
Yeah, that goes for everybody we feature on the Vamily Spotlight.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for this really cool summer party. And for everyone who wants to be featured, do reach out to us. You can either reach out through DMs, or you can fill the form, which is available either in the description of the YouTube video, if you will check us out on YouTube, or on our Discord, pinned messages in all the creators channel. That's where you can find it. Thank you, Hadi. Thank you. And I hope to see you here next week.
I'll be here.
All right. See
Bye.
you and bye. And thank you so much for joining us this week. We will be seeing you next week, right after the Dev Diary from Bloodlines 2 team that will be out on Wednesday. And of course, tomorrow or today, if you're watching us on YouTube, do check out Renegadecon on YouTube. Friday, 5 p.m. PST on Renegade Game Studios YouTube. You will be able to see some sneak peeks of new, upcoming, unannounced yet World of Darkness books. All right, and for those of you who are here with us on Twitch, stay with us for a little wrap-up Q&A. For those of you who are on YouTube, I wish you a good day or good night. Do not get lost in it, and see you next week.